Hey, you all know that I am Aurorah Dey, and this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. So in this second video today, I'm going to answer Ryan's question about a phony bill of exchange. Okay, so everybody here in the movement who is doing real estate, pay attention to this. All right, so Ryan says that he has been buying, a property in different places. He says that he has bought to flip, he has bought to rent, he has bought to do like a bed and breakfast in many places and things of this nature. Okay, so this would have been his first international exchange. Okay, his first international sale. Okay, so he talks to this individual in London. The individual posts all these pictures of the home and all of this. So he contacts the individual. He says he did have a verbal conversation with the seller, okay? And he asked the seller to send him not only the still photos, but a video, okay? Because he said the address is real. He was able to Google the address. The address is real. However, he did not see the seller's name. So he asked the seller, he said, please send me video of you in the home and send me the recorded deeds that show that you have the right to actually sell this property, okay? So the seller actually sent him video, and he said that it did look like the house, but he couldn't tell because a lot of the pictures inside, the guy told him, well, that's when the house was furnished. Now the house is not furnished because I'm trying to sell it, all this stuff. And so he tells the seller, listen, I'm trying to find the recorded deed. Can you tell me where to look this up? The guy said, well, I'll send all that to you like you asked and all that. So I'm looking at the deed now. I do see it myself. I couldn't find it either. So Ryan says, well, the only way that I'm going to make sure that this is legit is if I ask the individual to initiate an international bill of exchange. So he asked the seller to go to his bank and initiate this bill of exchange. This way, he knows as the seller that I'm a true bona fide buyer, that I'm actually going to pay you what it is that you say that you want, what it is that we're going to now agree upon that you want for this property, okay? So the seller agrees to this. The seller says, yes, I'm going to do this, all this. Okay, so Ryan says about 8 days later, he does hear back from the seller, and the seller says, okay, my bank drafted this bill of exchange. Take a look at it. Where do you want us to send it so that we make sure that we're paid? Okay, so Ryan now is looking at this bill of exchange, and he's trying to figure out what bank is this. So he starts Googling the bank. He cannot, find this particular bank. So he sends Jessica an email, okay? And thank you for all of you who are continuing to email us here at info@aurorahdayconsulting.com. I take a look at this bill of exchange. I said, okay, this is very interesting because I have no idea what bank this is. I have no idea what bank this is. But for those of you here in the movement, there was something missing on this international bill of exchange, okay? So for those of you who do not know what a bill of exchange is, it's supposed to have the name of the individual who will receive funds, okay? So this seller's name should have been on this bill of exchange. His name is not on the bill of exchange, okay? The amount that is supposed to be on there, to which they had the amount. The date in which the bill of exchange is to be paid, okay? That was left blank as well. I guess because he's telling Ryan that he wants him to take a look at it and all this stuff. However, if the bank drafts this bill of exchange, all of this information is supposed to be there, okay? His name is not on there. There's no date on there. There's only an amount which is to be paid, and it's written off of some bank that we cannot seem to verify. My question now is, how does this seller intend to collect this money, okay? So Ryan, says, before I go back to the seller and say, okay, there's some missing things here, let me ask Miss Aurorah about this bill of exchange, okay? So I'm going to say this for everyone here in the movement who is caught up with all these people who say that, they have a bill of exchange or they can create a bill of exchange. First of all, you need a very real financial institution to be party to the exchange. This exchange must take place at a financial institution. The financial institution is going to assure that the buyer, which is Ryan in this situation, okay, actually pays the money. What they do is they guarantee that the money is in Ryan's account, okay? So the seller's bank would have created this international bill of exchange with the seller's name, the date, the amount of money, okay, that should be paid to this person, all right? And then Ryan's bank would then guarantee, yes, the money is in the account. This money will be paid to the seller on this date, okay? Now, that's actually going to happen. The bank is going to give the seller's bank, this money because this bill of exchange has been created. There has been an agreement between the two parties to state that there has been an offer. And watch the video I did before this, okay? There was an offer. The offer was accepted. This is the exchange. This is what's going to happen. Both parties have now agreed and given consent to the bank to make this thing happen, okay? So Ryan, in your case, I cannot find the bank either, okay? This person's name that you gave to me that you're saying is the seller is not on this. There is no date. I don't know who created it, okay? I don't know what the man thought was going to happen. I'm thinking that maybe the seller thought you were going to pay him. You were not going to ask him to give you a guarantee as to who the money was going to because you're not in London. You're trying to buy this property sight unseen, all right? So everyone here in the movement, please, if you're in any of these type of real estate transactions, Ryan did the right thing. He asked he asked the seller to create a bill of exchange to help himself to secure his funds from not being stolen, okay? So please be aware when you're doing these transactions, you might want to take a little hint from Ryan and do that if you're doing this thing internationally or in another state and you are buying something sight unseen, okay? This is secured entrepreneurship. Secure yourself, secure your money, secure your business, all right? So you know that you can find me at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time, ta-ta.